Okay guys, here we are back again, and with the final match we are going to jump into the top against PartinG, and this is going to be a Terran versus Protoss. PartinG is not really the most well-known player. He's a Protoss player and he will have to face a Terran player that has been around for quite a while, old GS top, and the thing is that due to the statistics that I currently use, as I already mentioned, you guys can check them out as well on sc2charts.net. That's actually the best matchup of top. Top has a 73% win quota against Protoss, so PartinG has his work cut out for him. This is going to be a really tough game for him, tough match, and I'm not sure if he's really able to win that. We'll see about it. And yeah, Snake's name is a little bit weird. I have to admit I don't know much about him, and no one I asked so far really could tell me a lot about this player. So maybe he'll be able to take this serious, to get known as one of the guys who took out top. He was participating, I think it was in one of the IEM tournaments, and he got eliminated by Gator, to my knowledge. I'm not 100% sure, but that's one of the results that I could find. So yeah, basically we'll have to see if he's able to take on top. He will definitely have to face him in a few seconds. It's going to be a Terran versus a Protoss match. And yeah, so let's see, just wait for the players to be ready and then we can start. The maps, by the way, the first map will be Belcher Beach, the second one is going to be Crossfire, and if there is a third map then we will see another match on Daybreak today. So yeah, really looking forward to that. Last game already was pretty amazing. Curious against the STC was just brilliant. Maybe let's just go over the results of today. We had Yu-Gi-Oh! Against Minseok. Yu-Gi-Oh! Taking that series with 2-1. ASD defeated Guinea Pig with 2-0, and Startail Curious. He was able to win 2 of 3 maps against OGS, the STC, and what an amazing match that was. I really love those games, especially the third one. Talk about exciting and intense. That was really well played by Curious, although he made a bunch of mistakes that brought STC Terror back into a really nice position. For all of you who don't know, my name is Kaldor. I am doing the second stream today on my own. Usually at the GSL we are paired, but today I'm having a solo stream. We want to provide the most games possible to you guys. Next time I'll be casting with Moltrap or with Wolf. That will happen at the weekend. We are going to cast the Arena of Legends, but first of all, the game between our Terran and Protoss player. At the top left on Belcher Beach we have PartinG, and at the bottom right we have OGS top. This is going to be a Terran versus Protoss match, top starting in red, and as I already mentioned, the TVP is one of his best matchups. Due to the statistics on sc2charts.net, he has a 73% win quota in that particular matchup, which is quite a lot, so he should have a lot of confidence going into this match, whereas PartinG is rather unknown and has to make a name for himself. So yeah, this is going to be the last match today for our second stream. GSL code A November, powered by Sony Ericsson and G-Skill. And let's have a look what PartinG is going to do. Chrono boosting his economy in the early stages of the game. On the other hand, we have Top already starting with a supply depot, following that up with a barracks. No early gas for him, and he's going to rely on that Bioforce probably that we've seen Terran play in so many matches against Protoss, especially of course against sorry, not against, but with that support to the Ghost. We had a really interesting game where Guinea Pig played his opponent today. Guinea Pig had to face ASD from FXO, and as you could tell, those Ghosts really did a number on the MVP player, as he just did not stand a chance against the EMPs, and yeah, he clustered his unit a little bit too much and therefore lost the entire game in the blink of an eye when the Terran army just basically just ruffle stomped him. So let's have a look if Top is able to do the same with his opponent, or if PartinG has an ace up his sleeve. So far he tried to scout the main base of Top, was not all successful in doing so, as you can see the SCV still battling the probe. I don't really know why he's retreating. He could have killed that SCV. Actually, it couldn't have. Currently was getting up the first hit. Okay, fine by me. Cybernetic score being built for PartinG by now. He already has one gateway, and yeah, that's it for the time being. Here's that expansion for top, chasing away the scout of his opponent with one of those marines. Here we go. So what will the Protoss player decide to do? When you're a Protoss player, then once again, if the Terran is expanding, you can either go for an all-in attack, for one base attack, or if you want to expand yourself, then you really need to be aware of the timing and how many barracks your opponent actually tries to play. Oh, that's kind of interesting as well, trying the engineering bay against the Protoss. So far I've only seen that done against Zerg players, so Top apparently really eager to delay that expansion of his opponent quite a bit. And here is PartinG. We have him on 300 minerals. He realized that he won't be able to throw down that Nexus right away, so he starts a second Stalker and another probe before actually committing to his expansion play. At the same time, the Terran player already building 2 additional barracks. Yeah, and that costs the Protoss player a few precious seconds in which he could have built that expansion. The command center for Top is already done. Where's the cancel? And here we go. Cancel it. 94 minerals in return for the cancel. There's that one bunker. Yeah, at the same time that the command center for Top finishes, the Protoss player is able to start his Nexus. So look at his main base, still on 1 gate. Now just trying to get the warp gate technology in his cybernetic score. Gateway number 2 down as well. So let's have a look at Top. What is Top going to do? He has 2 of his barracks already. He has started 2 additional barracks. Sorry, he has 2 refineries already, so he's on 2 gas. He has started with his barracks, is getting his stim fairly early right now, so getting a little bit more aggressive. He's on 29 supply, and of course now he has the ability to produce 2 mules at the same time. But not only 2 mules, he can also just produce 2 SCVs, which will give him a fair lead in economy. We can already tell he's on 25 SCVs to 30 probes with the help of those 2 mules. The income is about even, but yep, PartinG about to finish his Nexus as well. Still at 1 bunker. Yeah, and now basically all that Top has to do is just make sure that he gets a decent army going for him. He will at some point also, of course, start researching the upgrades. With all that economy that he has, he can also start his factory in order to get those medivacs, get a second upgrade, a second add-on at one of his barracks in order to research stuff like, for example, the combat shield that he will need. Already is +1 in production, getting a second bunker. So he's playing a little bit passive, just taking it easy, squeezing out the occasional SCV. To be honest, he's just producing them in an endless queue, just trying to make sure that his economy is as good as it can possibly get. And there's already that starport that we've been talking about, and at the same time also that tech lab. So exactly what we've expected to see, and this is probably going to be a 2-base timing push by Top, while PartinG now researching the +1 armor upgrade. We've already talked about this earlier. If you're a Protoss player and you want to rely on gateway units, then usually you focus a little bit more on the armor upgrades. If you are going for a lot of Colossi, then most of the time you will give you will start with the attack upgrades, because Colossi in large numbers and good attack upgrades are just dealing out such a huge amount of area effect damage. And with the armor upgrades, you rather want to focus a little bit more on the gateway units, and with a Guardian shield up, Marines won't be able to do all too much damage to your forces. But now we have the first Immortal already being built, and this is already kind of similar to what we've seen earlier when ASD was facing Guinea Pig. Guinea Pig wasn't all too successful with this strategy. He built a huge amount of Immortals, about 5 to 6 of them. But on the other hand, we have PartinG now with a little bit more techy time to spice it up with building a Twilight Council. We had the same going on for Guinea Pig earlier. It was a little bit late with that, and was just trying to get the charge upgrade for his Zealots in order to pose a threat to the Marine Marauder combination of his opponent. And at the same time, 3rd base coming up now for Top. So he's making good use of that economy, throwing in additional barracks at the same time, getting tech labs. So we will see a really Marauder heavy army. And Yeah, moving out some of his forces. There's already one observer in position. 76 to 76 supply, with 45 to 46 the supply in terms of workers. Don't forget about those 2 mules, giving the Terran player a slight edge over his opponent right now. And Top placed that the 3rd command center already in position, and the main base of the Protoss player. Interestingly enough, we don't have any upgrades in the Twilight Council so far. He's getting an attack upgrade +1, and at the same time getting that Templar Archive, getting another observer onto the map. So where's nice scan, but not really all that successful. Where is the Templar Archive? Here we go. And now he knows about it as well. A lot of gateways being added at the same time, and we have the first bunch of High Templars. So let's have another look at the army and the worker supply. 47, 50 army supply against 47, about even. And the same goes for the worker supply. Here's the charge upgrade we've already been waiting for, and the 3rd base has been equipped with a huge gun. So now it's a planetary fortress and can basically fend for itself. A lot of additional SCVs. Yeah, and with all that going on, of course, now Top can not only research the +1 armor upgrade, he's already gaining ghosts. He has the resources to do that. With 3 bases, he is able to squeeze a lot of unit really fast. He has all the tech going for him as well. He has the medivacs are on the field, getting 3 ghosts at the same time. We have that armory coming up, as well as the 2nd engineering bay. Those will finish at roughly the same time, so he will be able to get the +2 attack upgrade, the +2 armor upgrade. He already has a decent force going for him. He's trying to attempt a small drop, and one thing that of course can get a little bit annoying for the Terran player is that storm, but he has the ghosts already. He already has some of them, so he can snipe the DTs. He can use the EMP in order to prevent them from feedbacking his ghosts, and using Psionic Storm as well. And as you can already see, Top is kind of focusing on ghosts now. He already has 3 of them. It is getting a 4th one already, and the Protoss player trying to expand himself. He might need to be careful. We have a lot of zealots. We have 18 zealots, but to be honest, he needs a lot more than all these zealots in order to deal with the Terran player. Top is getting slightly ahead in economy. He's on 137 supply right now against 124. And one thing that PartinG could definitely do is just try to spice it up a little bit with DTs. We've seen a lot of DTs being played in that matchup. Just mix them into your army and you will force the Terran player to constantly scan the army in bigger fights. You will be able to harass the expansions of the Terran player as well. And there's still that medivac hovering at the back, so he will wait until he is trying to engage his opponent and then drop at the same time. And there we go, 152 supply, and he's just trying to sneak towards the expansion of his opponent. That might be a base trade situation. And here's one storm going off, very well placed, nicely done, hitting all those ghosts. Oh, Top really needs to be careful. At the same time, here we go with that attempt to attack the 3rd base, lifting it up in a blink of an eye. And what will he be able to do? He didn't really drop his opponent, did he? Looks more like actually the medivac got feedback. Must have been. I actually didn't see him drop those units in his main base. Maybe his main army as well. But be it as it may be, the Protoss player isn't looking all too shabby, to be honest. He's on 100 army supply right now against the 91 supply for Top. And Top is getting personal cloaking now. Top is getting the personal cloaking upgrade at the same time, getting the +2 attack and more ghosts. He already has 5 of them, and he will have 8 in a few seconds, whereas the Protoss player is getting the +3 armor upgrade. That's what we talked about earlier, that with that gateway heavy unit, you should focus a little bit more on your armor upgrades in order to deal with Marine Marauder, and of course that Guardian Shield is also important. With the 2nd forge, with the 3rd base, he can certainly afford to go double upgrades, and he's actually expanding again. He's trying to get a 4th base and researching the +2 attack upgrade. So here we go. Let's have a quick look. 40 Marines, 28 Marauders. There are 30 Zealots and 10 High Templars, both play on roughly 175 supply. And here's that small number of Marauders trying to deal damage to the expansion, but immediately PartinG is reacting with some warp-ins, and those zealots don't have any trouble at all at eliminating the opponent's forces. Another look at the upgrades for the Terran player. 2 attack, 1 armor, and researching the 2nd armor upgrade and the 3rd attack upgrade. Whereas here, whereas the Protoss player, whereas PartinG is now getting a War Prison. He's getting War Prison, a 2nd robotics, and the robotics bay. That's kind of interesting. I like that. Getting his 4th base, and then he will definitely be able to build enough units. 1 marine, chuck, split in half. That was kind of brutal. And top also getting his 4th. Both players playing really passive right now. There's not too much aggression going on. We have 1 sensor tower in the middle of the map, which I like, and another barracks being built. So top has a lot of production facilities right now. As you can see in his main base, there's a lot of stuff where he can build units, and he made good use of them. He's on 10 ghosts already, which is quite a lot. Researching the Möbius reactor now as well. And he already has the upgrade for the personal cloaking, and and the nuke. Me likey a lot. Okay. Oh, wow! Adding four ghost academies. Wow, this is looking pretty cool. This is looking like Armageddon all over again. Have a look at that. That's going to be 5 nukes. This is pretty hard to deal with. If he gets off 1 decent nuke, wow, nice storm. But right now there are enough medivacs to deal with that situation. And they are just basically running around the middle of the map, not doing all too much stuff. But there's the first nuke is about to be ready. Plus 3 attack is so as well. All those ghost academies are now done, and 4 additional nukes, guys. This could get kind of interesting. They could get really awesome. Wow, I don't think it has been a long time since I've seen that many nukes. At the same time, by the way, we have shield upgrades being researched as well. Not only the armor upgrades, but also shield upgrades. Oh, he needs to be careful. If there's a feedback, then he will lose all the medivacs. And here we go, force fields, nice EMP, wow. Not doing him all that much good, but still, that one was a really nice one. Yeah, and the Zealots need to be careful with all those EMPs going. That could be kinda critical. But have a look at that, 200 supply, both players being maxed. There's a drop going on. No, not right. Oh! Nice, very well done with their feedback, but at the same time he's just not able to kill them. And there's a drop going on, but all those medivacs again. Oh shit, he lost 3 of them. Did you see that? I was following it at the minimap the whole time, and then suddenly he just realized what was happening. There's 1 observer in place, and he was able to take that out. But while the Protoss player is attacking, there is 1 nuke going on right there. There's not much that he can do, and he doesn't realize the danger he's in. That base is taken down. There's a huge fight going on at the same time. That nuke hits home and kills a lot of probes. At the bottom of the map, we have 150 Terran supply trying to kill all those zealots. Wow, this is not really going all that well for the Terran player. I mean, that nuke was really nice, but still losing those 3 medivac with all those marauders not killing anything at all. That was really a bad situation to be in. And there's another attack, and that nuke going on. Oh no. Not this time, buddy. Ghost gets killed. And I just want you to pay attention once more to that observer. That's the hero right now. That's the hero of this game if you're a Protoss player, because without it, that High Templar wouldn't have been able to kill all those medivacs. That was a really important High Templar, and top will probably not try to drop at that position again. He's just replenishing his army. He's trying to get 2 additional nukes. Once more, both players on 190 supply. But still, the Protoss player has a lot more minerals banked up. And another drop for top, taking a different route, taking out one of the two robotics facilities. Oh, Medivac needs to be a little bit more careful. Top should definitely pay more attention to that one. And he's going back into the main base, dropping those 2 Medivacs once again. Both players are about to be maxed. with Blink being researched for PartinG right now. And PartinG is doing a really good job. I mean, I was actually expecting Top to kill him within 2 games and being quite convincing about that. But so far, the Protoss player has shown quite some nice moves. I really like that. Here are the Colossus. Switched his tech up just a little bit. A lot of observers as well. So here we go. Will he be able? Is there another storm? Yes, yeah, there's one. Oh, there's only one. Oh, look at that! Look at that! All those Marines and Marauders! Jesus Christ! He lost his entire army without killing anything at all. It was like Todd was. What was Top doing? I mean, did you see that he was just standing in those storms, taking one hit after another? That was horrible. That was horrible for the Terran player, and PartinG looking really, really good. Researching the +2 shields. He already has +3 armor and attack, and now getting the Dark Shrine as well. We talked about it earlier, that mixing up your army with some of those units will actually benefit you in quite a big way, as the Terran player will be forced to use scans even more often and therefore not able to make use of the rules. And again, a Ghost gets taken out of the game. I have to admit that right now the Terran player is in a lot of trouble. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that at all. At the bottom we have one pylon being built by one of those SCVs. That's kind of an optimistic placement, but still it forces the Terran player to run back once again in order to deal with the threat. And wow, PartinG just looking so good right now. 199 supply against 156, and here we go once again with the Colossi in the back, dealing all that area of effect damage, and the army size of Top is dwindling. What's happening? GG! PartinG taking game 1. Wow. I really didn't expect that. I mean, guys, come on. Who expected PartinG to take that match? Top lost the first game, and wow, PartinG so strong. Why so strong? Yeah, sorry for being on silent for a second. I have a coffee right here, powered by Jean. Brilliant. Makes the taste even better. Yeah, seriously, I really didn't expect that. I mean, Top has been around for quite a while. I already mentioned earlier on that his statistics against Protoss are so good, but PartinG taking that game in quite a convincing manner. I especially liked how he defended against those drop plays, that he had a cannon in place, that he had that Templar in place, and also, of course, that one observer that made it so easy for him to feedback the medevacs of his opponent. That was quite convincing. PartinG looking pretty strong right there. Didn't expect that, but I'm all the much looking forward to that game. And yeah, because that sound, I have a leather chair. I'm not farting the whole time. That was somebody wrote that on a Team Liquid forum.